All right, hey folks, we are finishing up the assembly and production for the supplement that we've been creating for the past year, plus. And let me go through let me check my signal, make sure we're up and running, and then I will go into my intro spiel. And then we'll go, and then we'll get to work. So where's my volume at? There's my volume, and let's drop that down. We're sounding pretty good here. So, clickety clackety, clickety clackety. Let's press a bunch of buttons. If you're catching this in the future, I'm done pressing buttons and doing intro type stream stuff in the next minute, so you can skip forward like 60 seconds, and you'll be into the meat of what we're doing today. But for those that are trapped here in time with me in the present, hey, my name is Phil Gurney. I create role-playing games, I illustrate them, and I publish them online. And I've been focusing my attention on Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, specifically on the new setting that was released by Wizards of the Coast in August 2022, Spelljammer: Adventures in Space. This is a deep dive. Spelljammer was a setting that was released in it's like 89, I think, way back in the day, and I think I was 16 at the time. Anyway, it was a super cool setting, and so when they created 5e, so we already had boat mechanics on water for Ghost of Saltmarsh. We had vehicle like truck mechanics introduced in Descent into Avernus. And so when they announced Ladder's Act, or when they announced Spelljammer, I think everyone kind of figured we were going to see mechanics for ships in space, but they're like, not just use Ghost of Saltmarsh. So that was kind of unsatisfying. So we got started and we built ourselves out a 107-page document here. The first 80 pages are mechanics using combat, spellcasting, and adventuring from the Player's Handbook. DMG converted them into larger scales so that you can have combat at not only the 5-foot scale but the 50 and 500-foot scale. So you can have fleets of ships and engaging in ranged and melee combat, with the option of being able to zoom in with ships boarding each other with normal 5e combat. So we provided all the mechanics that were needed for like movement, tracking, attacks, opportunity, range, all that stuff, as well as upscaling mechanics for spellcasting to interact with ships, and then the exploration chapter to be able to do things like identify how far, just a real basic quality of life thing here is visibility, of like how large of an object something is determines how far away you can see it, not only with the naked eye, but to be able to detect it with an orrery scan using the wild space orrery as like a sonar tracker radar sort of thing that allows you to like scry and visualize things beyond your normal range of vision. So that was fun to build out, but it also started to help set rudimentary physics of how wild space and astral sea can operate. So we had like mechanics like traveling the astral sea is primarily based on how familiar you are with the destination instead of something arbitrary, I guess. And they don't really define. They don't really determine. They don't have any rules about how long does it take to get one destination to another in the Adventures in Space. So like basic mechanics, like how long does it take for planets to go around a star? How long does it take for a moon to go around a planet? What does society look like on a ring world? Or like planar gravity? How does that affect your campaign versus spherical gravity? These are all things that deserve attention, so that players and DMs can effectively run a campaign, having enough rudimentary rules of how the game works for a DM to then modify and make rulings for. So that's what this book is providing. And then in the back pages, there's a random system generator using all of these mechanics to be able to create your own random wild space systems if you want. And then the last 25 pages is a conversion guide for Ladder Zaraxis. So taking all the mechanics of combat, exploration, and spellcasting that are in the previous 80 pages, and then breaking them into how do those get applied to an adventure, using Light as Araxes as a showcase example of how to do so. As well as like some really nice quality of life things, I believe, like such as the underside of the Citadel of Light to help explain how you can have 6,000 people on a rock not suffocate in a matter of weeks, right? Like, how is this a society? It's like, well, they need foliage, they need flora to be able to produce oxygen. So we worked out the math on how that stuff works with the help of Google. Thank you, Google, for providing us with basic mechanics, as well as introducing additional challenges at the fleet scale of combat to be able to have squadrons of these ships confront the fleet that the team assembles with the different factions in Doomspace. So we have all the mechanics and physics for how fleets and squadrons work and how they can engage the Elven Armada to have a truly climatic combat challenge that can use everything that's already in Light as Araxes plus these extra bits. So we built out the past few episodes here. We've been building out these stat sheets, these ship stat sheets that provide all the details from the book itself that we created here. Here, we're going to bounce up here into the equipment and ship section. And we've got a dive into physics about like the towing limits and cargo size, the different materials that are used to build ship and what kind of an effect that has on saving throws, armor class, damage reduction, movement, towing limits, the cost of creating them per foot. So you can build your own ships using these mechanics to consistently build them. Different rules about landing on different surfaces and are they capable of traversing that surface or not? So with the rules that go on behind all of that stuff. We have all that broken down and consolidated here along with all the weapons that are used. So we click back up here into the table of contents. We jump down to the ship weapons section. We have melee weapons, as well as ranged weapons to fight creatures and stuff. But it's kind of scattered throughout the document, right? So we consolidate all that information for each ship here, as well as pointing out to where like the abundance of weapons these things, these things have. Like this damselfly here has its landing gears while not on the land. It can land and slowly traverse the surface, but it can also use them as weapons while flying, and it has ballista hanging out, and then it has anti-personnel weapons on the back end of the ship, the harpoon flingers that are from Descent into Avernus. The way that what we're doing today is, now that we've completed all of these, there's a slew of ships that are present in the Light as Araxes, the Moon Dancer, the Dark Star, the Allied fleet, the Neogi ships that attack the characters after they explore the Lucent Edict. Lucent Edict itself is a wreck, so it's not really a ship. But the Ibn Snare, the Talon Claw, and Fang, those are all ships, Neogi ships that the team gets to mess around with. Then we have the Second Wind here with Starbow, the Trant in the living ship. So these are all things that we get to suss out right now. So we have all these sheets built out that'll be included in as assets for the adventure. In the supplements, and then we have some blank sheets down here for you to print out and fill out for yourself for when your team has their own ship. Assuming that they're not using one from Light as Araxes when you're running your own campaign with your own ships, then you have these ship tracking sheets to be able to fill in the information that you need. But for now, we can go from the front to back in the document to fish out all the different ships that exist inside of Light as Araxes, so we can add them to the assets provided for Light as Araxes, including all the creature and ship tokens, the NPCs, all the maps that we created to have the additional types of combat encounters. Like this is a dungeon map, like a dungeon made of asteroids at the 500-foot scale, and each of these numbers are difficulty checks to pilot through without taking damage. Like instead of doors in this asteroid field. The doors that separate different halls and rooms from each other are basically collisions of asteroids into each other. So when you cross through this area, we could cross through here and have that be a collision zone, but we didn't, because this will steer the team into a dead end, which would steer them into being attacked by the Spiderling squadron that's chasing the team through here from point A. And number 1 is where the team starts. 2 and 3 is where they can end to escape. And if they do escape, that's when they find the patrol from Rock of Brawl to then hook up to and become a squadron with the character's ship to then turn the tide and come back at the even snare. And if they can capture it, then they can salvage and sell it for for reward, as well as free all of the the commoner slaves that are aboard the ship acting as crewmen, and get substantial rewards, as well as create new plot hooks on the Rock of Brawl for characters that want to have an extended campaign. So just building additional resources, and inside of the adventure, creating new hooks and side quests and follow-up adventures for once Lattice Raxus is completed. Hey, we rescued all those people. How are they settling in? What can we do to help? So for now, we're going to go back to the front of the document and start fishing this stuff into just processing this stuff. The words. So we want to create the Moon Dancer. So we're going to go up to the Space Galleon and copy this page of stuff. Drop down here. Space Galleon. There. So now we have, instead of it being a Space Galleon, we have the Moon Dancer. There's so many little intricate details involved with adventures, all the assets and components that go into it. It's pretty exhausting, to be perfectly honest, how many assets have to be created for adventures to make them work properly. But I have grown to be able to do so. Oh, hey, just to close up the loop there, I posted on Reddit mad shouts to the Spelljammer Preservation r/subreddit. Spelljammer, great place to go and learn about Spelljammer. I posted here on Twitter that I'm live at Phil Kearney on the X Twitter platform. If you're there, you can follow me if you want. Like, subscribe, hit the bell icon to get notifications when I'm live. And here is the full playlist of all the previous 350 some odd episodes. Creating this document from ideation to completion. This book cover was back on episode 15, which you can check out. I'm going to get that out of the way. I also have a Patreon you can support me through, and on the About page, there is a link to my Discord channel, which you have free access to come and sharpen your knives with if you're interested. I update the link weekly, so when I finish the stream, I'll update that link again so it's active for you to jump into the community. Right now, what I need to do is go in here and find the Lazaraxis assets so I can pluck the Moon Dancer out of here and drop it into the stat sheet. So let's see. Nope, that's hazards. Let's go to locks and done. And part 1, Seeds of Destruction. Oh, no, it's not here. This isn't where I want to be at. I want to be in the VTT assets, Lazaraxis, part 1, Seeds of Destruction, Astral Rain. There we go, the Moon Dancer. So the Moon Dancer is simpler than a normal galleon because it only has ballistas and harpoon flingers instead of having a mangonel with it. Ballistas are a lot less expensive and easier to crew and manage. than ballistas are. So, props. I'm going to switch gears. Oh, I need to have a timer going. My God. Because we only have about an hour this morning to mess around. So we got a 20-minute timer going. So when the timer pings 3, then we know we can log out for the day and go pursue the rest. Hey, check it out. It's Little Doodle. What up? Check it out. It's Little Doodle. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay, so where do I want to be at? I want to zoom in here and just grab this asset here, and then let's go back out. Axis. Let's go to VTT assets, ships, vessels. This is not how I want to do that. Ship tracking sheets, vessels. This is the proper way, and then space galleon. There we go. And very good. Very good. Do that. Those can stay the same. That can stay the same. That can stay the same. That can change. Let's see, where am I at? Oh, yeah. Grab that and drop that down here. Drop that down to here. And then we can merge down so that becomes part of the deck, which means that we can swap the 2 for the 1. I'm going to save this now while I can. Save to my computer. Let's go back out to ship stat sheets, and then let's right click here and create a new folder. LOX, there we go. And then let's go in here, Moon Dancer. There. Now this is its own, and I can take this here, the number 1, copy paste, copy pasta, and then go to here, and let's drop a background here. I feel about centered. I can get rid of this. Oh, no, I can't get rid of it, but I can replace that and bring it on top of the 3 over here. Very good. And number 1, so I can draw all these together here, merge those down. And I can get rid of the number 1 here. Number 1. And let's go. Moon Dancer PNG, that can go away before I botch it. File, open, ship stat sheets, numbers, here, duplicate, Moondancer is go. Close. New stick. Delete. The elite. 2 still works. Let's fix number 1. Number 1. Duplicate. Duplicate. Not necessarily happy with this. Let's, yeah, I think the right thing to do was to pull that up to here. That will take here. Transform, skew. There, not bad. So I've got today a little bit of time this evening off camera, as well as tomorrow morning and afternoon. Saturday is generally a pretty good production day for me, but build those things out, to build out these assets. I have a few additional pieces that I need to put in place, including the product page, the advertising at the back of the book, and the asset page at the front end of the book. Like, you know, instead of just buying this, instead of just looking through the PDF, here's a bunch of assets that come along with it if you purchase it. That's sort of a promotional thing. So I have those assets to build out, some final adjustments that, of course, I want to tinker with before I wash my hands of the thing and call it done. And but we should be releasing on Monday. That feels very realistic at this point. Let's line those up here. If I don't get everything done and have it published Monday morning, I happen to have the day off, so I can spend all Monday morning finishing out those assets and building it out. So if I don't have it done and published early on Saturday, then I'll instead have it released on. I might just release it on Monday morning regardless, just to not rush myself. Like, it's been so long. It's taken so long to produce, and there's no reason to hurry up and rush here at the last second. It's just, but I can't see myself needing more than a day off on Monday. Like, I have all day and night on Monday to finish the thing. So, so that is going to be a victory for us, for sure. I'm going to be back. I stream 11 times per week, including lunch times on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Fridays, including today. And we're building out some Magic the Gathering D&D crossover mechanics for us to have a mana system for martial characters that aren't actually spellcasters, even like barbarians and rogues, and fighters, all having a dedicated resource of mana, even if they aren't spellcasters. And we're building I play tested that with my home table from basically level 16 to 20, but I need to play test it at the low levels to make sure that it jives across all tiers. So I'm building out a hex crawl campaign to facilitate, to basically create an environment to play test inside of. So once this book publishes, I'll have space open on my roster to start running the Rumble Belt campaign, and I'll be inviting the first right of access will be to people that are paid members of my Patreon channel, and then it goes to the next seat of preference are for people that are in my Discord community. And then if I'm not able to get at least 4 bodies on at the table per week for the next 3 or 4 months, then I will outsource to general Discord communities, and Facebook, which has been very successful for me to find participants in the past. So hopefully I'll have similar success this time around. And the amount of communities that I'm engaged in has expanded since the last playtesting I had done for this document. I also did a lot of playtesting for the Eberron adventure that we've been creating. So the Eberron project becomes my primary project once this is published on Monday. So you're going to be seeing me doing a lot of Eberron token and maps from now on. Once this is completed. So, there we go. This is the Moon Dancer. So, perfect. Let's get that out of the way. Let's hit the save button. File, save as a PNG. Moon Dancer. Fill that with a picture from file. The rest of them are pretty much just swapping out the picture and changing the name. So everything else should go really quickly now. I think this is the most complicated one to do, which wasn't very complicated at all, let's be honest. Production, VTT, ships, ship stat sheet, vessels. Am I in the right? Oh, yeah, here and locks. There we go. There we go. Ballistas times 3. Mangonel goes away. Replace it with Harpoon Flinger. There's a new Trader Joe's grocery store 2 blocks away from where I live. And that is wonderful because I get to hoof over instead of taking a bus or an extended walk to go get my groceries. I just get to go next door basically. 2 blocks away is nothing, even in the wintertime. So now I can be frivolous and like buy eggs and heavy whipping cream and make an omelet. Hey, here's a pro tip for anyone that hasn't considered it: flatbread with like a pizza. But you put scrambled eggs or fried eggs on top of it. Super delicious. This is something that I've been craving forever, and it turns out that it's on the brunch menu at Cheesecake Factory. I went and visited some friends, and we did brunch. I typically do brunches on Saturdays after stream, and I found breakfast pizza. Oh my god, that stuff is so... I've been craving that just as a concept for years. I never pulled the trigger on it, and lo and behold, flatbread it was bacon and sausage and cheese and a savory white sauce, like country gravy or like white gravy on biscuits and gravy. And then they had and then they had eggs, fried eggs on it. So like over easy or sunny side up. Thank you, sunny side up. Let's see. So this is the crew. Let's check out the rank of crew that's aboard the Moon Dancer. Second rank crew. Reload score is 2. There you go. There. And save that. supplies for Rock of Brawl. Rescued commoners. How many crew we have here? 6 second rank crew times 10. Let's go fetch. Times 10. There, that's the inventory that we have on the ship. The supplies could be anything. They could also be smuggled goods if you want them to be. The Moon Dancer doesn't necessarily have to be an upfront ship. They can be very Han Solo-ish with Flapjack being their Chewie. Let's see, but that's sufficient for the Moon Dancer. So there we go. Beep, 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 beep. Yeah, there we go. Paka, 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 paka. That's good. Okay, cool. So let's do the next one. Yeah, that feels done. Okay, cool. Let's see. I just wanted to make sure there was no alerts. Dark Star. So let's go fetch a Star Moth and add in the Dark Star. Thank you, Timely Timer. I said, thank you, Timely Timer. Where do we go from here? Let's see. Stats. Bop, 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 bop. Oh, crew. Reload score of 1, and these have a reload score of 2. Mm-hmm. Two, 5, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Cool. Is that all I need? Woof. Okay. Comfortable lifestyle. Oh crap! Ammunition. Come on, man. Lifestyle. Ballista, ammo. Let's just call it ammo. See, 150 bolts, 200 bolts. Ammunition, ballista ammo, 200 bolts. That's 150, 3 tons. Ballista ammo, 150 bolts. Harpoon flinger ammo, 200 bolts. Supplies for Rocket Brawl. Rescue commoners. There you go. That's your proper inventory. And let's see. Drop down here. What's the crew of the Dark Star? 1, 2, 3, 4, 15. Now ammo. Fuck. The power was inside me the whole time. I just needed to see it. Power friendship. The palm of your hand. There we go. Comfortable lifestyle times 15. Ballista. Ammo. Ammo. How many stones? How much are you guys packing? 400 bolts. Two tons. 2-ton tunic. Mangonel, 20 stones. Ugh. Didn't need it after all. 20 stones is 2 tons. $200 bolts. 4 tons, that takes us to 8. And let's go back up to the let's see, ship lifestyles. So, lifestyles, as detailed in the Dungeon Master's Guide, are used in Spelljammer's Combat and Exploration to describe the quality of life aboard the ship for the crew. While craft are generally ill-suited as homes because of their small size, vessels are large enough for up to 10 medium creatures per 50. Hold on. Lifestyle, add weight per person, which we need to put in here. There's crew rank, cost per season, cost per day. Oh yeah, I don't need that actually. Never mind. Ship lifestyle. Comfortable is 3 tons. Let's call it 5 tons. That's 13. Tons. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. I think that's all I need. Cool, so that's done. Let's save. Terrors of the Void. Let's see. Spiderling. let's try that again. Shan't we? There. Claw. The fang. Wait. Claw, the fang, and claw, fang, and talon. That's the 3 little fighter ships that they have, plus the even snare itself. And then go up to Night Spider, fetch that. Even snare. Let's see. The score is 3. Harpoon Flingers, unchanged. Good. I need to fix that. I got to admit, I was kind of brain dead when I was looking at that. So let's fix it now that we can. These things can't carry a lot of shit on them, so. They can only carry 1,600 pounds worth of shit. They can barely carry, like, they can carry 1 Umber Hulk and it burdens them. It slows them down. You can, the mechanics we have here is you can, up to, if you multiply the cargo limit is how fast they can move without being slowed. If you continue stacking up cargo beyond that, it reduces, like, your normal movement speed is 5 squares per move action, per like object interaction, plus a dash is another 5 squares. But if you overburden the cargo so it's beyond 1,600 pounds, for each additional 1,600 pounds, it reduces the amount of squares you can move per move by 1. Up to, and if you are up to 4 times, so 5 times the cargo limit is the maximum that you can haul with you and not and still be able to move. So very simple rules, but it takes into consideration here. I didn't take into consideration that limit when I was tossing ammo. I just kind of brain derped the ammo on this. So I'm so thankful that we're doing this, because this is just a tiny little quality of life thing that can go into making this just that much better. It doesn't need a shitload of weapons, because it can go and resupply at the even snare as needed. So ram attacks, ballista bolts. Let's go with 10 bolts. And let's go with 40 bolts, which is 1/5, which is going to be 400 pounds. Quality of life. Don't need that presently. There. What's the crew on each one of these? 4, 5. Squad lifestyle times 5. Let's see, 400 pounds. 600 pounds. Oh, and then the lifestyle. Let's go find the weight of lifestyle. Boop. 10 is a half ton, 1,000, an extra 500 pounds per season. Damn it, I do need that open still. Yeah, 10 bolts, 40 bolts. Is that total? Yeah, perfect. Bah. How are we doing on time? See, that's 20 minutes. That's a really, really good point. NA 0. That is a quality of life change that we definitely needed here. So what's the weight we're packing now? I can feel like my computer's melting right now. Let's see, first rate commoners. Oh, that's right, and that affects the damage that it deals. Buff. Beep, 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 beep. Okay. Yeah, 600 pounds. Thank you. I don't know the difference, but whatever. Okay, cool. That's set up. Let's go to here. Copy. Pasta. Copy. Pasta. Woo. Squalid lifestyle. I love it. Let's see. Hey, Tyler, how you doing? On that one page, that one on page looks yeah. Actually, there are a few points in here that I need to go back and fidget the boxes a little bit, which I won't burden you guys on. Hey, Tyler, how you doing? You little brat. Such a brat. The claw, the fang, the talon, ebon snare. Let's see. And then let's grab our inventory here. Let's see. I do need to go back through. It's actually on my inventory, on my list of final checking, just to make sure all the boxes are properly lined up with the margins. Since I'm just free floating manually the spaces. What's our pipeline looking like? If you're done with the book, yes, I am done. What's your pipeline? I apparently have there fixed. I am looking at publishing on Monday. I could potentially publish on Saturday, but I don't want to rush it. Why bother at this point? So I actually have Monday off because of a dentist appointment. So when I go to a doctor or dentist, I take the day off of my day job to basically reward myself for doing self-maintenance. So I have all day. So I'll probably stream something in the morning. Who knows what I'll stream in the morning, and then we'll publish. And then, and then we'll be working on Eberron. But yeah, this publishes Monday. So we're just stacking up assets that will be dropping into a zip file to include with it. But the book itself is done. So Here's the actual. It doesn't let me zoom out more or really show more pages than that. Get out of here, scallywag. There we go. But yeah, here it is. It's looks really fucking good. It looks really, really good. Let's go. Let's go down to. I like this in particular. I think that turned out really, really nicely. Hi, Leanne. Hey, bun in the oven. I like how this one turned out particularly well. And what's another one that I like a lot? I like this one a lot. Some of these larger pieces that we created turned out really fucking cool. This is actually this one here, just the way that it blends with the box. I actually like this one. This is like my favorite little instance in the book here, just because that turned out, just like layout wise, I think that turned out really, really nicely. And the other one that I really like a lot is this one. The way that this one blends into the environment. Oh, wait, and the other one that this one I love a lot too, because it's got the backsplash and then it's got the boxes overlaying it, but it doesn't get in the way of the text at all. I think that's really fun composition design as well. We did a lot of fucking fun stuff with this book, man. It's a lot of fun stuff. This really upped the level of game for me. This is. You know, whether it's a smash hit or not amongst the audience, who cares? You know, it's just this is an evolution of my design quality. I'm very, very pleased with it. But I don't want to tangent too hard. Let me get back into building out the ships. We got to track down Ibn Snare. I still have 10 minutes. I can get through the Ibn Snare stat modifications. That looks good. That looks good. What's up? Oh, Farscape came. Are you playing Farscape 5e or 3e? There was actually a Farscape RPG back in, I want to say, like 2009. It's 3e by design. Yeah, it's killer. Oh, did you do are these homebrew campaigns, or was there actually a Dark Crystal RPG that you were actually playing? Farscape's fucking cool, man. There's a Shoutcast. If you're familiar with the Shoutcast YouTube channel, on Fridays they stream Farscape, first episode to last, and I think they just let it play through during the week, and then it loops on Friday. So. But I'll listen to Farscape in the background while I spent a lot of time listening to Farscape while this was playing. Also, Battlestar Galactica, 2004, the Valkyries were a big inspiration for how these ships had gyroscopic movement during combat, like drifting, like cutting your engines and just letting it drift, and then being able to change your direction is such a fun mechanic. I love that. No, I'm just designing a homebrew based off Spelljammer and using. God bless you, thank you. Beats. I am proud to bring this to you. Super proud, thank you, and thanks for participating. I will, once it's published, I will lobby you a copy, as I promised all my playtesters. You get a free copy of the thing that I test, that we're testing. So let's see, Ibn Snare. Let's check our inventory. 100 bolts of ammunition for Balliste. Not a lot of ammo, dude. This guy's running low on ammo. Of anything, maybe he just wants to steal people's shit. 50 stones for mangonel and 600 bolts of harpoon flinger harpoons. So that's 3 tons, 5 tons, 2 tons, 10-ton tunic. And then lifestyle. Comfortable? No. Squalid lifestyle. let's see, there's the 3 pilots for the Talon, the Claw, and the Fang. And then there's the captain of the ship. The captain of the Neogi are insufferably selfish. So the actual commandant of the fleet has a wealthy lifestyle. He can't afford aristocratic. It's eroded. So it's a wealthy lifestyle. There's a poor lifestyle for the crew that's aboard, the other Neogi that are aboard, and then a squalid lifestyle for the rest. So 550 and 300 and 3-dimensional just change the playing field. Love the scaling, man. It's too fun. It's too fun. Let's see. These all stat out. I think these all stat out correctly, right? Reload score. Ooh, reload score for the Minganel is a 4. And Ballista reload score is a 3. That's unchanged. There we go. And I need to jump in here. We can get this out of the way. File, open. Let's go to ships. No, this is the right place. Vessels. Night Spider. File. Save as. Here. Up. Locks. Even snare. Let's drop down here. Clickety clack. Hopefully this scratches all the itches, man. I know that you were around to test this stuff with us, but there's always the concern that something goes awry. So if you experience any challenges with this, let me know, and I'm happy to either answer a question or update the document if something's unclear. This guy doesn't have his front claw. It's missing. Needs to be a clean break. I spy with my eye something that is text. What's up? Giant spider scratches all the itches. We're going to delete the number 1 here, but we're also going to have to shift everything on the page. That becomes number 1. What does number 1 work for? What does number 2 work for? Misquote ya bloke. Merge down. Merge down. Merge into layers. And we're going to hit the save button here. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. And then file, save as to file, Moondancer, even snare. Yes. Go back into here. picture from file worth 1,000 words. What happened? Why did you know do what I want? Yeah, I guess we'll do it the hard way. I see your text. Give me a hot sec. There. There. Alright, good night, my man. Cheers, my guy. Thanks for swinging through, Tyler. I have your email, so I can send you the comp copy once it publishes. It'll include all the assets. Anyone else out there that's lurking around, you'll be able to view the document as a free preview. But of course, if you want all these assets that we're building out like this, then buy the thing. Help support the dream. Love to Leanne, love to the bun in the oven, and shout out to Dylan. See you guys on the other side. Let's see. 50 stones, 5 tons. Yeah, we have our 10 tons there, plus the lifestyle cost. So let's go back up here, and lifestyle for 5 creatures. Poor lifestyle, 1 ton, so. There's 3 Umber Hulks. Is there 3 Umber? How many Umber Hulks are there? It's a ton per 10. And a Umber Hulk counts as 4. So, how many Umber Hulks do we have? I think there's only 2, right? Yeah, there's 2. So that counts as 8. Plus the 3 crew, that's 11. Plus the pilot. No, this is the pilot. So, 1, 3, 11. There we go. Okay, I think that resolves the even snare. Cool, and it's 7:57. My alarm's going to go off in less than a minute, so this is a good stopping spot for me. I still need to do the living ship, which is fun because it's Starbow. Here, I can at least go grab it so you guys can see it. I like the living ship. I'm really proud of that one. Living ship, the letter L. Trebuchet, roll, Trent. So if I grab all this, name is living ship, I can drop down here. Thank you, Timely Timer. The second wind. Weapon number 1 is Starbow. Which is a Trent. There you go. It's Starbow. There you go. Freaking fun. I'm going to go ahead and cut stream here. I'll be able to finish the second wind. I just got to do the inventory for all these things. So there's the second wind, the last breath, which is Gargan Hill's galleon, and I can do a stat sheet for all the other ships that are in the back of the book. Oh, Ben, I'm sorry, man. I'm just now closing up shop. Eagerly looking forward to the book. Awesome. The players haven't left Brawl yet, and I'm hoping they don't set sail until your book is published. My book publishes Monday. So if your ship doesn't set sail until after this weekend, it'll be out there for you. It'll be on DMsGuild. All these assets are included as a zip file when people purchase the thing. So thanks, man. I'm really excited that you're excited too. So if you're not on my Discord channel, you should be. I don't associate different names and profile names and usernames and avatars across different platforms. So my apologies for not tracking that sort of stuff. But yeah, kick into the Discord. I'm going to update a link to the Discord is on the About page of my Patreon. You don't have to be a member of my Patreon to access the Discord, but I think I need to update the link. Hold on, let me double check, and then I'm done for the day. So let's go to the About page here, and here's the Discord link. If it's not current, I'll update it as soon as I finish stream here. Hey, it's still good, so you can just jump into stream there if you want, or jump into Discord, say hey. And yeah, so this will be, I'm going to work on this tomorrow. I have Monday off, so if there's any last minute bullshit I have to deal with, I can deal with it and have it published on Monday. So excellent, excellent, excellent. And of course, ask any questions that once you have your hands on it. If you have any questions, drop into the Discord and hit me up. And God's willing, everything's just going to make sense. But if there's something I need to do or change, I will. So anyway, see you everybody. Thanks, Ben. I'll see everybody on the other side. And have a great day. I'll be back to. Oh shit! I'm doing. I'm continuing to build the Magic the Gathering Ravnica Rubble Belt campaign. I'll be continuing to develop the hex crawl system for that at lunch today, and that should be in about 5 hours. 1 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock here in Seattle. I gotta go, but I should be back at lunchtime in 5 hours for us to finish the enchantment list as hazards and start looking at individual environmental hazards associated with each color and land type for the Rubble Belt. And once we have that stuff and we finish out the list of monsters for each color format, then that playtest will be ready to go at the beginning of April. So that's what we're doing at lunch today, and then I'll be back tomorrow morning to continue to futz around with this. You guys will have a chance to see that, and then again, I should be publishing on Monday morning. So later, guys. I'll see you on the other side.